Good morning, good morning, good morning. And hello, Scrub Lord. Oh, no, it's, yeah, Scrub Lord. Just double checking. So how are you today? Good to see everybody. I'm hoping we will have passable frame rates today, but I'm trying to keep an eye on them because they're a little sketchy at the moment. We are back on the Java server, and I just may be pushing my computer too hard. It's possible. We've had a couple of headaches the last couple of days tech-wise. Yesterday we had no face cam, and today I'm just being pokey. That's okay. Life is like that sometimes. So we're back on the Java server, which I have not been since last week, and we have things to do. Hey Jay, how are you this morning?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, no, I said Scrublord. My apologies. Sorry. It's Jay has redeemed the first tier Scrublord. So, good morning, Jay. You are indeed the first tier. Nice solid way to get that out from underneath the belt. Let's see. I have 3. Do I have a junk bin? I think that is my junk bin. Yep, that is my junk bin. Okay. I keep forgetting we've got those. That's hilarious. Alright. So, what have I got here? A bunch of stone, a random junk. There's the junk bin. Okay, I'm not going to empty the junk bins at the moment. I think we're just going to get to it. Get down to work. So today, I am... Oh, nice. Apparently I am roasting chicken. That was not the original plan, but hey, it works. Just going to double check the egg thing to make sure it's full. Ish. Yeah, I could probably use a couple more. Do I have any in here? No. Do I have any in there I can steal? Sure. Let's take those. So that's the manual launch anyways. Not the auto launch. Close enough. Let's take a couple of here. Doop doop doo. There, that'll do. Alright, that should keep us busy for a while. So every time a chicken lays an egg, for some reason it fires twice. I have never figured out why that is, but it's always been the case. So I figured that I'll put some in here, and then we'll get more chances of having chickens out there. Of course, as they grow up, they suffocate, and then we get the chicken. People say, why are you doing it with the raw chicken and then cooking it, and not just using a lava block up there? And I find...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Definitely. So, with the lava, what I'm finding sometimes is as the chicken dies, things will bounce up and then get destroyed. So I was not actually getting as good a return using lava as I am just using the suffocation method. Who knows? I mean, now that I've got, on this world, I've got a lava farm over there, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll give you guys a really quick overview. Let's see, do I have... Yay! Freecam's back. Woohoo! Okay. So I'll show you most of the map pretty quick. This is the main castle, and I don't have Bobby turned on, so that's not killing frames. Bobby is an add-on that can pick up on local chunks and store them, and just not with the entities, so that if I'm flying in and out of areas repeatedly, it loads faster. And it looks like Jay's having fun with stickers. Okay, sure. That's totally cool. So, you can see I've got the wall going. Just saves me from having to show everybody manually what's going on. So I've finally got the wall in such a way that we've got a gate down here for the moat, so if I had water or something in there, then it would go, in theory it would go through. Just lore-wise it would go through. I recognize that it's not totally realistic when a moat goes all the way around, but whatever. And then we've got the wall building going on. Now we have reused part of the wall that was in here, made it a little bit taller, and then beyond this spot, where it's not showing yet, there's more of the old wall, the smaller wall that I didn't like. These farms are going to be on the outside, and then on the inside, we've got the yurts in there. And at some point, I just haven't decided when, I will once again move the overworld portal. It'll be a while, but that'll probably come out and be somewhere in the village. I just haven't, or in the town, village, whatever. I haven't really decided where yet. But that way the people will come in, and they'll be on the safe side of things, but they won't be necessarily arriving on the inside of the castle, because it kind of defeats the purpose. So anyway, that's where we are. And you can probably hear that I still have the nasty whatever it is that's bugging me. Thankfully no longer the sinus infection, but you can't win them all. There's always something that doesn't want to cooperate. Didn't get me on that one. Wait. Excuse me, just 1 second. There we go. You can see I've still got the cough going, and that's not much fun. Alright, so I'm just going to set, hydrate, 1, coffee. Yeah, that way, it's all set to coffee. And I have a feeling what you're looking for is actually this one. I know I just stepped in, I'm going to be regretting that pretty quickly, but it is what it is. Alright. So the wall we've got going is, is starting to grow. To give you guys a rough idea of how large we're talking, because I did get the layout sorted last time I was here, for a map, this is what you're seeing is the old wall. So we've got part of it up to probably just southeast of me, yeah. And then there's some of this old wall. Some of it we will be reusing down to about yay down here. And then you start to see these gray blocks popping up. And so that's where we're going to do the new wall line. So I'm fixing out part of this corner I don't like. And then we're going to do the new wall line that goes way out along the outside. So that's the plan. That's the plan, man. And at the moment, some of this is lit up and some of it's not, because things are going to change as we go. Going to roll with it. And so at the moment, we do have mobs that are inside the fence or the wall, but of course that will change as things grow. My plan for today's stream is to work a little bit on the wall as much as we can, see if I can get at least enough of it sorted that I'm happy with moving down to where the larger section connects. And then if we get tired of that, then we're going to break off and work a little bit on figuring out just generically where the road's going to go, because I will have to design a gate in the wall so that it can have a path in, and probably more or less off the south side of the snow section, just so that we can hypothetically use this village. There's actually, in England, so this is based off of Shrewsbury, England, there actually is an Oxbow River in Shrewsbury, and this is based off a medieval themed story set, or story series set in there. And there actually is a village out here. I can't remember what it's called. In real life, it's actually to the west. It's down here somewhere. But I'm going to pretend that that's this village's name. And then we'll just extend the road from this bottom corner all the way through to come in towards Shrewsbury. So that's the plan. And then this down here used to be a village. Eventually, at some point, I will dig it up and place it again.
The next race is about to begin. Please put exclamation point play in the chat.
I asked for that. This section down here used to be a village. I did tear most of it down, and then at some point I'll dig it up and put down the blocks again just so that it turns green. But for now, I don't mind leaving that there. Alright, so that's the plan, and we shall just dig in. Over here is a monastery. I have not finished setting all of the librarians to have their various different books.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
So, we're getting a few sound clips. In all honesty, I think I would rather have conversation, but I mean, hey, who knows? Not everybody's on the same page. So, the other thing I will need to do map-wise at some point is I have to figure out a gate of some sort that will probably come through this spot rather than under the wall up here. Just a small one, because it has to have a road that will come past and then go out and connect with the bridge. So, yeah. Future plans upon future plans upon future plans. But for now, we're just going to head out under the wall, because that was the gap I'd pre-built. And we'll get ourselves rolling. Okay. So here's the other bed, which means I know where I left off, right? I can just take this one with me, and then I'll set it on the outside farther down. Okay. So this is a very plain repeating design, and at this point that's fine. I intend at some point to change some of these into arches, like closed-in arch styles, and I'll do a little bit, maybe a bit more of replacing some of these with cracked bricks and so on. But we'll see, because the lore on this is that it has to be nice and strong. Hence the reason that I attempted in all places to make the wall 2 blocks thick, because that's just something that would work for more reality. And some places it looks and feels thicker, because I've made it 3 just because the angle would be 2, and yeah, a lot of silly stories. So what I'm actually trying to figure out at the moment is if I drew a straight line through here with this wall's angle, so just trying to figure out, so probably more like that, will it connect? Yeah, I think it might actually connect if I just keep going at the angle I've got, so I can chop down this chunk in the middle. And it will probably get rid of this wingding bit and then connect on to the more straight section. So I think I'm okay with that. Which means it's chopping time. So yesterday I was working on in a Bedrock world, and we were putting together an iron farm / trading hall. I did not get progress made beyond what you guys saw yesterday, other than testing putting in the lava blade at the top. I've got nothing going in there to see if there's enough lava in there, but at the moment it's just one central block that spreads out in a 3x3. And I've not got further than that intentionally, so that we can do a lot of that part on stream and all the villager moving and so on, because it's going to be crazy and hectic and nutty. I also wanted to touch on the Java world at least once a week. So this is a survival multiplayer. As you can see in the top corner there, it says Dadcraft73 Patreon server, and that's for the Dadcraft73 creator, who does some awesome stuff in, well, some fun stuff, I guess is probably a better way of putting it, in both YouTube, where his major focus was, and in Twitch, where he's got quite a good community following. And then so these servers are all for the people who support him via financial donation through Patreon. And so practicality is then that you get an awesome, amazing community, which is really what I was financially supporting for, but at a particular support level you also get access to one or all of his 3 servers, Java, modded, or Bedrock. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They're basically vanilla servers. I'm pretty sure that you could call them vanilla servers, although I can't recall whether or not there's a couple of pluses in there. We do have a player heads mod going on in this one, in this particular server, and I believe it allows us more mob heads as well. But we've got, on this Java server, it's set, I don't know if it's set or just the way the mod worked, but it's such a way that we actually need to PvP each other to get heads. You can't just, kill yourself and have it work. If that was the case, I'd have a few heads. I mean, for example, exit. For example, this season alone, I've been dead 38 times. Excuse me. So yeah, if it was just killing yourself, I'd have 38 heads. Now, I did not, I still have yet to figure out how to separate the death counter between this world and the Bedrock world. But thankfully, thus far, the Bedrock world, I have not died, so that's good news. Alrighty. So I'm hoping, looking at the line here, I'm hoping I'll be able to get it to attach reasonably to this section. And I'm expecting to be dissatisfied with the way that this little kink worked in here, but we'll just have to see. And I'm also betting, 9 chances out of 10 probably, that the pattern I've got going on the wall will not work when it meets up. I think I changed the pattern when I restarted the larger wall. So we'll just have to wing it, I guess. Alright. Nope. Trying to figure out how to get... There we go. Alright. What do I have going here? So it's... Okay. Perfect. So we've got 1, 2... I should have figured out how I did this one. So I think I might actually have to climb up and see how I did this design, because it's been a couple weeks. Okay, we've got 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay, we're good. We've got 3, 3, 2, and then this is also one of these. We've got 1. Oh, oops, wrong ones. 3. And this one is 3. And then a 2. I think that's working right. This. And that. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. So it looks like we've got a solid stripe kind of in the middle. I can figure that out. Now I've got a pattern I can work with. Alright. Now it's just a matter of following. Three, and then this one, how high did I go? 1, 2, 3 blocks. So that's hiding there. We've got 1, 2. Hello! Well, thank you very, very much for the resub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Benson. I still feel bad that I haven't had a good chance to catch up with you, because you've had so much going on.
Hello there.
And you've been doing a great job making people feel amazing when you compliment them in all kinds of Discords. And I just have not been keeping up. Oops. So I really do hope you're doing well. Okay. That eye doctor. Shh. I can do that. Where did I put this?
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
That's everybody. So 1 for me and 1 for you. My presents. Thank you. Well, and I mean, if all else fails, yesterday I was getting good feedback about the way that the, auto captions seem to be working. So if all else fails, that's another option in a doctor's office when you can't be listening to things out loud. Out loud? Yes. That's a weird way of saying it, but it works. Alright. So we've got 3, 3, 2. 2! Cheapers. Dylan can't even count to 2. We're in trouble. Alright. So this cap looks weird, because it's always the same block, but that's just because it's a stripe that's going to actually go taller when when we're done, but I figure it's a nice pause stop so that I don't forget how many rows high we need to go. I'm in your headphones. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I'm hoping that it's nothing major, because, you know, being at any type of medical facility for whatever reason is not always fun. And I'll be honest, I tend to try and avoid them. People mock the fact that Canadians often boast about how great our healthcare is, or at least how easy access it is. And while I may agree with that for the most part, come on. I may agree with that for the most part, it still doesn't make going any fun. Like, I don't know why people think that we would want to go more. I mean, the argument would be, when you've got, like, if you've got somewhere, say, Germany. I was listening to Pristine Frog the other day. Or not Pristine Frog, yeah, Froggo. And, they were talking about how in Germany, if you've basically got a sniffle, they kind of go, okay, well, go see the doctor, right? Or, I mean, stay home for a day or two or whatever, but if it's still got a problem, go see the doctor. And that's not the way it works over here. Even though we have access, we don't want people seeing the doctor for just about anything and everything. And so we tend to pick up a little bit on the American idea that unless you're, you know, dragging others down or non-functional, avoid it. And sometimes that's kicking us, because, I mean, I had the sinus infection, and then I got the allergies, and then it seems like the allergies are deciding to be worse. I don't know quite what's going on there. But sometimes my nose just does not want to stop running. It's like a tap. And that's not good for a lot of reasons. So I really should probably... Fantastic Chalk Fox is probably snickering in the background. But I really should probably go and insist on getting tested to figure out what on earth I'm allergic to. If it's seasonal stuff, fine. But at least if I knew exactly what I'm allergic to, it makes it a lot easier to try and avoid it. And also to understand why, what it is that's triggering things, and what to try and avoid. Okay, do I have... No comment, he says. Yeah, of course. No comment. He's probably snickering in the background because I have been saying this for a while. I should do this or I should do that, and I never do. So I'm one of the biggest hypocrites under the sun. Alright. Let's reorg just a bit. Okay, we're gonna run out of the stone bricks as well. So I will put down workstation. One of the things I do like about Java over Bedrock, I know I've been talking about that a lot lately, but one of the things I do like about it is that on Java, if we are putting out a workstation out here and you don't have a villager hanging around, it's not going to connect to it. Whereas in Bedrock, it feels like... Pardon me. Why do I... Oh, seeds, okay. Don't need that. In Bedrock, it feels like you can put your blocks down anywhere, and there's almost always a villager around to connect to them because of that whole mechanic about being 100 blocks away before you have a village, or before you can put more than one village. So, yeah. Because I have a bad tendency to settle in villages, I get stuck with that quite a lot. It's my own fault, really. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, I assume it's not raining in real life. I haven't actually looked out the window this morning. But feels like I can... It's not a thunderstorm, good. Feels like I can keep on playing, but it's just raining an awful lot. I was watching Dadcraft yesterday, and he was playing along, you know, working on his spider farm and stuff, and ignoring some of the thunderstorms and things happening on this server at that point. And I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, because multitasking and all that, trying to just do AFK type things in the other world and not get destroyed, or not have all my villagers killed for the umpteenth time. Anyway, he was playing along, and then suddenly he decided, oh yeah, I'm go to sleep, thunderstorm, all that good stuff. We'll deal with that. And unfortunately, there was no thunderstorm for him. Turned out it was me. So it jump scared me pretty good. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense in English, but the event was annoying at the time. I had a couple of different ones like that. I think this time around I managed to get... Oh good, thank you. I managed to get the achievement in the Bedrock world for... What's the one? Sorry, the one for Surge Protector. I managed to get that one by pure accident while watching another streamer, just because I was ignoring the lightning and thunder in my world, thinking it was something else entirely. And surprise! Here comes the achievement. I'm like, oh, oops. I slept yesterday to... What was I doing? Working on the iron farm, I think. Like, just making sure the last of the fences and things, gates were in place for the lava when thunderstorm comes up, and I didn't think too much of it. Not a big deal, but I went and slept it away. Okay, we're good. And next thing you know, I see Endermans. I'm like, okay, great, look at the floor. No big deal. Well, then I get splash! Couldn't figure out what was going on, so I started randomly taking damage. I'm like, oh, really? So the only mob that made it inside the ring of the farm at that point in time was a witch. And the Enderman kept teleporting around the witch, so that I was getting kind of stuck trying to get rid of this witch, because I was sort of, I guess you could say, grazing the zone that you don't want to be looking in, just so that you don't get the Enderman after you. Yeah. That was the perk to working in a savanna biome last season in Java, was just that I didn't have to worry about the witches as frequently. But also, we'd end up with far more Endermen, and I was more used to them than I am now. Just used to them in that, of course, if it's raining everywhere else, then the Endermen don't like that, so you're going to end up with Endermen in your dry biomes like deserts and savannas and stuff. Which actually turns out to be a bit of a bonus. I've tried a little bit of 1.18 bingo, and that mechanic has been moved into that world as well, so it's not just hoping and praying you're gonna get an Enderman when you need one. It also means that if you're running around elsewhere and suddenly it starts to rain, then it's worth looking for the Enderman in those dry biomes at that point. Excuse me. It looks like it's night. And I'm wet. I'm not actually armorless, actually. Not actually armorless, actually. You can see I'm still wearing the helmet and the other gear. It's just I'm using a fabric mod on this Java one. It's quality of life stuff. Called Show Me Your Skin. And so with this one, what we can do... There we go. What we can do with this one is I can either make it global, or I can pick whoever's currently sitting on the server, and then I can turn on or off various different things. So I mean, if I really wanted, I could have no gear and just keep enchantment glints, which is kind of pointless because it doesn't do anything. But let's the other option is, let's say I liked all the gear stuff. I could still be wearing the armor and have all the enchantment glints turned off, you know? So yeah. For now, I just made it global, that I'm not wearing anything. I also turned off the elytra and the shield. And show player name tag is on because I still want to see who's running around and being a goof. So global toggle is turning everything off. Yeah. So you can global toggle it for everybody. And that I kind of like because I can... People put effort into their skins, I want to see it. An exception might be our buddy Neon Traveler, but that's because Neon usually picks some form of see-through skin, which means we wouldn't see much of Neon anyways. So, I definitely would not be using that one in a situation where I really had a need to see the player if they were, I don't know, if we were having a PvP head battle or something like that. I wouldn't be using that feature. But I also, actually, there is a setting in it. Hey Tiz, how are you doing today? There's a setting in that one that also allows it to turn off the hidden armor element if you end up in combat. Which I'm not sure why that would really matter, but it's kind of useful. Yes, that is why Neon likes chainlink armor. Exactly, or chainmail armor. Righty, okay, what do we got here? Pausing to see what I missed, because I apologize for getting distracted. Yeah. I really should go to the eye doctor and take a page out of Benson's book. Just because, I mean, for one, I haven't been since pre-COVID, because I just don't like going. And two, the glasses are a little scratched up after all the scouting, camping, and things, so I should probably get everything checked to make sure that the prescription hasn't changed a whole lot. 2, 1, 2, because if it's changed enough that it's worthwhile getting new glasses, then sure. The other thing is, I'm in the mood to reinvestigate contacts. I used to use contacts an awful lot, and they just became a bit of a pain because they were, I think I had weeklies. So you can wear them for the day, then you take them out and you rinse, and you store them away, right? It sits in the fluid and all that kind of jazz. But they are annoying to deal with at camp. And yet, there's plenty of times at camp where, particularly in the twilight or the dusk, that having glasses to worry about switching back and forth is annoying. Or having to go, if you're in the middle of an activity, going all the way back to your tent to get your regular glasses because all you have with you at that point is the prescription glasses isn't great. And if I forget to bring the prescription ones with me, then I kind of get teased because I'll be sitting at something crazy like campfire and people are like, why are you wearing sunglasses at a campfire? It's like 9 o'clock at night and you can't see anything. And I kind of go, yeah, I know, but it's a long walk back. Let's just use dirt blocks. So the angle is not quite matching up, but it's close enough that it'll do. All right. Stream Deck microphone mutes for the win. What have we got here? Let's try to figure out. Will that do? Well, this definitely won't do. Don't need that. Okay, let's see if we can get through. 1, 2, 3. That's right above my own head, so I obviously didn't do this right. Oh, I see, okay. Lost my pattern for a second there. Alright. That's why I was doing the bricks. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Why am I doing this ground stuff? And gonna need some more. One, 2, 3. Dumbo for, oh. Geek Out topic. Sorry, I apologize, missed that. Geek Out topic is movies. 4 films in which a circus appears. So we've got Dumbo for sure. What's that one with? Oh, phooey. Greatest Showman. That's one. I've yet to see, but I'm told it's very, very good, and I should go see it. There's some pretty cheesy ones, like Pee-wee's Big Top. And yes, I used to watch Pee-wee Herman stuff. Ooh, wrong row. So a circus definitely appears in those ones. Half the time I expect a Muppet movie to have a circus in it, but they don't, which is kind of interesting. At least interesting to me. It's one of the ones that I would expect a circus. There we go. That's better. 3, 1, 2, 3. It's what was it? Greatest outdoor show on Earth or something is what we call our Stampede. Which is just big. It's big. Come on. This one and that one. Alright. What have we got? Three, 3, 2, 3, 3, and then there'll be 2 down there. Okay. I can handle that, I think. Yeah, The Greatest Showman for sure. What else? I'm picturing some, but I can't think of the names at the moment. Oh, yes. Yes, Bugs Life definitely has a circus, because the bugs that Flick hires to come help them are actually circus bugs. And he gets a lot of flack for the fact that they're circus bugs. He didn't realize that at the beginning. Alright, so we've got this one, that one, one. Circus bugs. You have to try and help them against Hopper, the rather annoying, well, literal grasshopper. And as Ron Weasley might say, he needs to sort out his priorities. It's the up and down part that really confuses me from time to time. So this one, to look right, should probably be one of these. There we go, that's better. Just to make it look like it's got a solid underpinning to the whole thing. Alright, what are we at? We're at 3. Yeah, that dropped. Okay. It's 3. This is the 2. I think I did that right, I think. Let's count. So 1, 2, 2, 2, yeah. Okay, there we go. This will be a 3. Something about that doesn't look right. Oh, never mind, that's fine. That's fine. It's only 20 after, come on! 6:35. You would think in the game, pardon me, even without the mini-maps and stuff, pardon me, you would think in the game if I can see the moon rising, I should be able to sleep. Let's see, double checking, we've got, looking here, we had Dumbo and Greatest Showman and Bugs Life, so we're aiming for one more with a circus in it. Part of me wants to say the Truman Show, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I have space, yes. The junk bin? It is indeed. Yeah, I don't recall a circus in that one. No, you're right. What's in here? What is it? What's left? Oh. Okay. Being Minecraft, let's just... or Java, sorry. Just do this. And this one. Oh. Alright, apparently I have a few shulkers of stone. Okay, well, that'll be interesting. I guess I have shulkers to put down on the ground just because I don't have anywhere else to put them. Nope, I don't want the stone I want. Nope, I didn't get it. Come on, there we go. Now I have a place for an empty one. What? No, I do not. Alrighty. Put that one down. I guess I should have emptied the ender chest when I was back at the base. Would have made sense. I also have 2 beds, which is not helping the situation at all. Let's fire this one up here. That should do. No, go away. I can pick up some of this. Wow, disorganized. Oh, I know. Okay, I've got one lonely half slab. Well, I don't know why I'm carrying the half slab, but sure. That should help. I think the other one despawned or I picked it up. Hoping I just picked it up. Oh well. If it despawned, it despawned. Do I have anywhere junk? No. No blocks. Let's put that one over there. Alright. That should do the trick. Excuse me. So, where are we here? Oh. It has a clown. Actually, creepily enough, I was reading about it last night. It's one of those little, like, what do you call them? Like fate articles, in quotes, that you see listed in social media all over the place that just want you to look at. It was one of those, like, behind-the-scenes photos from various movie shoots and stuff. And they were showing one from, or showing a couple of them from various It movies. And one of the things they talked about was the difference between the costumes in the 2 different It movies. It was kind of wild. I'm thinking, yeah, let's get past this. I don't need the photos, thanks. Let's move. I am not a horror movie fan at all, so it was interesting, but not something I was sticking around for. 2, okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're still at 6. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna use Prerogative and get a new one, because we're really struggling with this one. Wow, I think we've had this one recently, so skip that. Jeepers, we're not doing so good. Wow. How do you get choice? Seriously? Perfect, okay. 4 Anthony Hopkins films. 4 Anthony Hopkins films. I can think of 1. I know he's in a ton more, it's just I never remember what he's part of. Silence of the Lambs is the one I'm thinking of. So, yeah, let's just get that one out of the way. And then we've got... But other than that, Let's just see what we're gonna get if I do this. Okay. So today's question of the day. Where'd the page go? Do I not have one? I had a QOTD page. Did I turn it off? Huh. There it is. Okay, never mind. So today's random question of the day. What's the... Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see. Mods. Skin. Change. This one. That's not the one. I do not have the tweak for hidden totems. Sorry, guys. So I probably don't need to be carrying this. Not that I have any inventory space for anything else. So let's pause it that way. Okay. So question of the day is, what's the worst thing you've eaten out of politeness? And as usual, family-friendly questions only. Jeepers. What is the worst thing you have eaten out of politeness? Yes, I know. I know. The bot's not in trouble. Okay. So, let's see. Tuna tartare. Yuck. Yuck. I'm not sure I would want to eat that at all. You know, sometimes I would say international foods. I ate once at a friend's house, and I don't know what they made. It was some sort of local thing. It was just that I was over at a friend's house and having a good time with my friend, and we decided I didn't want to go home for dinner, and my parents were okay with that, so we just phoned to let my mom know where I was and so on, and then I stayed for dinner at my friend's place. And that was fun, but it was an East Indian family. And they were just making whatever they had on the menu for dinner anyways. They just kept on going, sort of deal. But that's where I discovered I don't like a whole lot of East Indian foods. It's funny, I mean, I like some foods now, but things like paneer is not my cup of tea. But on the other hand, I mean, I don't like tofu either, and some people say those two have similar texture profiles. So yeah, certain international foods. The other one actually was I was at an Asian friend's house, and we had, I did eat it, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, yeah, we had the pickled black eggs. Yum yum. Sarcasm intended. And that one was actually, they didn't normally eat them. I mean, they like them, but it wasn't a normal thing in that house. The reason they had them was actually that it was, the way their family did things was that they had, for an adult's birthday, they would have, special family dinner or whatever, but each of their kids was allowed to invite one friend over, just so that they had something to do while everybody else was celebrating. So I got invited over, and yeah. Pickled black eggs is not my cup of tea either. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, curiosity is killing this cat. Is there a story behind where you got offered tuna tartare? Was it a business conference or something, or some dinner party with family and their extended bosses and such? I don't know where you'd run into that one. Ah. That makes sense. Set plate table. It's funny that places would do stuff like that. That's a bit, I mean, while on the one hand it's artsy, on the other hand, doing a raw food dish can be risky, not just in health terms, but also in terms of people's textural palate. sometimes people will react similarly to a texture change like that as they would to being allergic to it. In that one person's system may void the food. Try to be polite about it. Apologies, Fox, but I'm going to throw you under the bus for just a second here. But in the way that we discovered, shouldn't say discovered, we were reminded that FSF has a fish oil allergy. When we used to get, when we were living alone pre-kids, living together pre-kids, we had, we went through a phase where we were very heavily interested in our vitamins. Just making sure we got everything because life was busy and you can't always have time for super nutritional meals and so on. And we discovered that Fox is allergic to some of the oils used in the gelatin for some vitamin supplements, because certain one never agreed with him. And so that's the kind of thing that makes me think, as a dinner party, that'd be really risky to start offering raw food, because people could actually be ill without necessarily being allergic to things, but just, I guess, sort of psychological allergy, I guess you could say. The conceptual allergy, maybe. Like, there's things I know, not often, but there's a few things I know that I don't like eating anymore. I used to, I shouldn't say enjoy, but I used to eat, and now I don't like them. And I think it's just through lack of practice having whatever the food is, because people I know are allergic to it, so I don't get exposed to it as much as I used to, and it's kind of like, oh, I don't understand what I used to see in this food. I never really needed to eat this one. The reverse is true as well. I mean, there's things I eat now that I was just not exposed to growing up. Yes, they do definitely change over time, for sure. Yeah. If it's the host I'm thinking of, Fox, for the all of dishes were shellfish, ordered by the host who didn't check allergies. There's that, and then there was we're going to have everybody have a team building session where we're all going to prepare foods together. And once again, same host, if I'm thinking the right person, didn't and or doesn't check or care about allergies. On the other hand, there are some people that are a little bit wanting to look good, and they won't tell people about their allergies. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right? As long as it's not a life-threatening allergy, I can see why some people just don't want to share, because it makes you seem, well, different. People don't necessarily like different. It's sort of an extension of yesterday's conversation, that there's plenty of ways to be different, and often people get treated awkwardly just because they're different. Like, for example, I know it's a common one for people to be vegetarian. That's not a big deal. Right? And we have youth in our Cub Pack who they and their family are vegetarian, and they're very good at sticking to it. It's some of the stories you hear out of other scouting units is that there's a point at which the scouters just gave up on the vegetarian stuff because the kids would sneak meat off their friend's plate, or ask their friend, who would say yes. We made a point very clearly of letting everybody know in the group who is and isn't allowed to have certain things. And our group's pretty good at saying, you're not supposed to have that, so I don't really think I want to share that with you. And we've never had any problems since. But some people just don't want to be different. So I've known vegetarians, actually in our family life, who eat meat on occasion, even though they absolutely dislike it in a huge way, simply because the in-law involved is quite a handful to deal with. This in-law is used to it now, and it's gone the opposite direction, making far too big a deal out of it. But yeah, there was a time that my in-law, or my, I guess, yeah, in-law just didn't want to deal with this person, and so because this person can be annoying, and so they would just eat meat to get the other one to shut up. And I think that's wrong. So, yeah. It's very vague when I say it that way. Hey, Tim Dog, good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Welcome, welcome. I know I've seen you around in a lot of other chats, including DC's chat. So, glad to see you. Welcome aboard. We're hanging out on one of DC's servers right now, actually. This is his, you'll hear him refer to it as the coffee server. So this is the server he was playing on last night. But in spite of the fact that I had things I could do on here, because we have a lot of wall to deal with. This is the small version. We have a lot of wall to deal with. I knew better than to be on the server last night. I'm not getting the world's best frame rates in the bottom corner here. I mean, at least we're up to 150, 200 sometimes. That's not bad. But when things are busy in the castle, it can be a little bit crazy, frame rate-wise. I did not want to mess with anything DC was up to last night. And besides, Murphy's Law would have it that if I was to do something dumb and pop a totem or actually die, often both happen back to back, then it would show up on his stream, and that's not something I wanted for posterity. You lurk around a lot, that's totally okay. If lurking is your bag, or the time slot works out better for you that way, to do some lurking, by all means, lurk away. That's actually why frequently, I think I mentioned this a couple days ago or yesterday. My brain's foggy today to find out. But anyway, I mentioned recently that I try to, unless the person has said something first and has been active in chat, that I'm trying harder to not comment on follows that happen if the person hasn't recently chatted, just because I want to be able to give people the option of using a follow like a bookmark to come back and even potentially lurk later if that's their thing. And that way people don't necessarily feel they have to be here all the time, or they have to be involved, and then I'm not going to call them out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Something's wrong here, that should not match up. 1, 2, 3, this one's wrong. This one, there we go. Nope, that's still wrong. How did I mess this one up? Should be a 2. This one should be a 3. Okay, so I did mess up somehow. Oh yeah, I can't count. There we go. She can't count to 3 today. She counts to 4. That doesn't help anybody. Okay, 3. 3. And then we'll go back to 2s when we hit the straight part of the wall, which we're just about to do, and I'm actually quite happy with the way it's matching up, so we'll be able to quickly skip on to the next section pretty quick. Pretty quick? Soon, I hope. So let's see, 4... We're not doing so well in Anthony Hopkins films. Do we want this one, or should we try and skip that? The other option was the food... Was it food that people have eaten out of politeness? Oh, I just realized why. Okay. I had accidentally deleted a source I didn't want to delete. What is it called?
Listen.
Find the one I was looking for. There it is. Alright. I was trying to find the question of the day for another screen I was looking at, and I deleted that source by mistake. Okay. No problem. We're back. Trying to knock out your Elytra course on Dadrock. Ooh! Cool! I've never flown an Elytra course. My flight skills are sus, to say the least. Very, very suspect, to say the least. And so, so therefore, yeah, I've never done one. But I suppose one of these days I probably should. Because they take a lot of work for people to put together, and it's seriously respectful to be able to check it out from time to time. It makes no sense in English, but that's just because my grammar's not great today. Alright, let's get some more blocks. We got 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's go 4.
Listen.
4. Yep, that'll do. And the bed's back here. 6:06. Okay, too early. Actually, I have space now. Let's just pick this up. So at the moment, this is not spider-proof. At some point, I seriously hope it will be. But, oh, lovely. The oh, lovely comment has to do with, the fact that I thought, oh yeah, this will match up beautifully. Well, it is matching up beautifully, except that the coloring is all offset. Coloring, slight texture. I was doing, so as you can see from this side, we've got 2 blanks and then a brick, 2 blanks and then a brick, all the way down. And now I've got 4 blanks. So all of these, which would imply all the way around, are messed up. Oh well, it is what it is. You've eaten eggplants that I can't stand out of politeness. Drank lots and lots of water while doing it. I also ate undercooked chicken. Ooh. And they would fill your plate for you. I was thankful I didn't get sick. Yeah. Undercooked chicken is one. I don't understand how any culture does that. Though I will say, as I understand it, undercooked chicken actually isn't that far off from, say, steaks or pork chops or whatever in that vein, where undercooked isn't necessarily a bad thing, with a proviso. And the proviso... Oh, okay. And the proviso is that, that you're looking at surface area. Sorry about that. Surface area. So, surface area is a big one, because that's where a lot of the germs hide. If you're getting to the part where you're down in the meat, it's not as big a deal. Pork is a huge one, though, where you want to make sure it's cooked all the way through in a lot of cases. Like, leaving part of your pork chop super pink in the center, not healthy, and that's just because that's where a lot of the bad stuff likes to hide, because it burrows. Or as far as I know, they don't burrow as much in chicken or beef, but like with all meats, anything ground, I will not eat ground meats raw. Or undercooked. There's no way, and that's just because during the making process they have seriously increased the amount of surface area for bacteria and stuff to survive, and that's big no-go for me. Huge no-go. Okay, the other thing I was noticing is over here I've only made the block bit in the center 2 blocks high rather than 3, and I do think I need 3 to do the occasional arch part. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so what have we got? 1, 2, 3, and then that one. Right. So, aside from it not being tall enough, we can actually make use of a lot of this, so I don't have to change the heights on most of it. So we're doing good. This one. Oh. Beef is in steak, not as in ground beef. Yes, for sure. And I'm also cautious if I ever end up offered a ground steak of any sort. Not ground, sorry, pounded. Because once again, you're exposing more surface area. And so, for example, if people are making like a schnitzel, I'm fine with it. Like I've actually had beef schnitzel once or twice. Not very good. To be honest with you, I prefer pork or chicken, but you know, it was what it was. And I've also had rouladen actually done that way. That's not too bad. But once again, you've increased the surface area, so unless you're going to cook it all the way through, not interested. That's just me being, I don't know, picky, I guess. Even if I feel justified in the pickiness, it's still I'm picky. Okay, I keep losing track of the pattern on straight section because I've had to figure it out for the diagonal. Okay, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's wrong. Perfect. And that's wrong. Perfect doesn't make any sense, but you know, we get there eventually. All right. So 1. Apparently 3 is the magic number for this wall. Okay. So we're slowly making our way around. Now there's supposed to be some more interior texture on this one. I may or may not do. We'll see. It involves just digging out a lot of it and putting it upside down stairs. But the structural integrity of a wall like that would not be great, so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Letting everybody know I'm nicking or heavily inspired by... I'm just going to grab the book. Heavily inspired by one of those, you know, magazine things, magazine-style book-esque things that you find at, say, your local bookstore, Barnes & Noble or whatever. So we've got this one. And so we've got the Minecraft Medieval Fortress book. And so I'm nicking a lot of the suggestion for the wall from there. I'm terrible at texturing, but the wall height just feels right, so this one was inspired by that. I'm going to be making some severe changes to it. Sorry, as in like compared to the book. Yeah. My castle is not at all inspired by that book. I was looking at it, but it's a much later date type of castle, and that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, what do we got? We're going up a hill? Yes, we're going up a hill. Okay, so this one's wrong, but that one's fine. Okay. Excuse me. I was going to say I'll be so happy when this season of allergies is over, but as I mentioned earlier, I don't know if it's going to be, so I'll have to figure that out. Oh, random just occurred to me as I glanced around. We do still have... Oh, shoot. How am I going to do this one? This is wrong. We do still have a LEGO Redeems, but in that vein, we also have... Right here. 1, 2, 3. We also have, tomorrow, a non-stop build. So we crowdsourced, we chat-sourced the points, and people were interested in a complete end-to-end build of 12 Grimmauld Place from the Harry Potter themed LEGO sets. Nope, I had it right the first time. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So I don't normally stream on Fridays. That's an unusual thing for me. But I've been wanting to do this set for quite some time, so yeah, so we're doing it, I guess. And that's tomorrow's plan. Now, I'm hoping, as always, I'm hoping for a noon Eastern start, but as you can see, of late, the cold, or the whatever, is causing me to be late on a rather regular basis. So, sometime between noon and 1 Eastern is most likely. Apologies for being so vague about it, but the aim is to be closer to noon, and I need to make sure that my cameras up here work. Because, you know, tech issues yesterday and all were a bit of a pain in the neck. So, long story made short on the tech issues, just filling everybody in, is that... Oops, wrong one. Is that it turns out I added another Stream Deck to my collection, or should I say put back one that I used to use, and that Stream Deck of course, needed a USB port, as they do, kind of thing. And turned out that for some reason, my computer does not like the hub I was using. Now, it's possible it wasn't getting power from the wall jack part of it, but the computer just refused. So when I did a restart, I was like, oh, hey, happy, it works great, we're going to be fine, we have no problems because we have two. Yeah, okay. We have no problems because we are going to be using all 3 Stream Decks. Like, that's great. Well, turned out the reason that all 3 Stream Decks worked was because it decided, okay, well, in turn, you're not going to be able to have your camera. Your face cam was out. I was like, are you kidding me? So I was troubleshooting the face cam part repeatedly, and I just said, okay, the thing I've changed is this Stream Deck thing by putting in this hub. Let's take that hub, completely unplug it, and all the Stream Decks just to see what happens. And Murphy's Law, suddenly the face cam just turned on and worked. I was like, oh, really? So I managed to rejigger things in such a way that all of the pieces are currently plugged in, but I've maxed out all the ports. So yeah, we're fine for now. It'll be a pain later, but we're fine for now. So yeah. Tech surprises that I did not originally account for, but it also means that at least I know that both my cameras are going to work today. I may regret that, but I'm thinking it's probably useful to have both cameras and potentially even be talking to myself in a corner of the screen during the LEGO stuff, because I know then what's going on and what everybody's seeing. But yeah. I thought about firing it up on YouTube, but I think at this point in the game, because we managed to source interest from the Twitch community, then we're going to stick with Twitch. But longer term going forward, just to avoid confusing everybody, I may go with YouTube for LEGO builds. We'll see. I'm still on the fence about that because there's a lot of work for me to put in to get my bot. My intention is to build from my desk. Yeah. So I'll give you guys a quick boo. Show you what we're gonna build real quick. See if I can get this working. Oops. Pause. Let's see. Is that screen? Yep. Okay. So the shot is terrible at the moment because I banged up all my camera settings yesterday. Let's see what we can get. Oh, height. Okay, yeah. So we're a little out of focus, a little out of layout. I'll show you with the keyboard for now, just so you know. Oh boy. Yeah, and the lights, we'll have to change that up as well, because we've got some issues, but come on, silly camera. Lights. Okay, let's turn that one off for now. So I'll do a quick swap and you'll get to see what I mean. So that's the LEGO scene, more or less. And if I just push out the keyboard out of the way, and I can take this part is magnetic, so it just pops off, and then I can build from there. So we actually have enough height. It'll start looking weird way up top, because I'm actually building, like that's a straight down on my hands. Don't want to miss a thing. Cute. Cute. I know that that's answering the Geek Out question, rather than talking about about tomorrow's LEGO build, but it's funny on the timing, because the Aerosmith thing is also a bit of a mild joke on that front. In any case, that's the cam setup for tomorrow, and then we'll have the correct set of instructions in the bottom corner so people can see what's going on. And when I can, where I can, I will be putting the build on its back, just sort of laying it down rather than standing, just so that everybody can see what's going on and actually see what it's supposed to look like from the front, which is a lot easier than putting an extra camera on. Although, we'll see, I might play with my phone and see if I can get my phone to go into wireless cam mode, and then I can use that from time to time as sort of a front view we can turn on. And that way I can just show it to the camera straight ahead. Okay, but yeah, that's the plan. So I've got a little bit of that to work on tonight after I get home from Scouts. Come on. Lego, please. Or Lego. Jeepers. Wrong game. So it's 1, 2. And then this one will be bricks. There we go. Okay. Pardon me. Yeah, dual usage of the Geek Out question, of course. So the current Geek Out question has changed itself to be music, 4 songs about missing someone. I know there's a Gordon Lightfoot song that involves the words "I still miss someone," but I can't for the life of me remember what the title is. So yeah, challenge. Trying to remember. Song for Winter's Night is actually another one by Gordon Lightfoot. I think that would work in this scenario in terms of being about missing somebody. Because if I didn't have a sniffle, I actually might try to sing it, but I would probably regret it really quickly. But they've got the words, if I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love and be once again with you. So, yeah. I miss being able to play on my guitar. I'm terrible at it. I shouldn't say terrible, sorry. Very, very incredibly rusty. There. There, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Very, very rusty, but I liked folk songs because they're always singable. It sounds dumb, but you can always hear the lyrics. And they don't heavily rely on extra beats. Like acoustic modern music, even say Celtic stuff that I quite enjoy, or kitchen party variety or whatever. It's great, but sometimes it requires extra instruments to be completing the feel of the song properly. And yeah, it's just not one, it's not a genre that works well as a solo. I mean, there are exceptions, like groups like Great Big Sea, where some of the stuff is actually outright a cappella. And that works, but not a ton. I think that's right. What am I doing here? 1, 2... Yeah. Okay, so then we've got... block... Whoa, what's the wrong one? That's the whole point of doing this, is get the right block in here. Block, block... brick. Block, block... brick. Pull this out. It's going to be this type of block, and we're going up. But remember the lyrics to I Will Walk 500 Miles? I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. I don't really know if it's missing someone per se, but it's definitely about wanting to be with a particular person. And in all honesty, taken out of context, I know it's supposed to be about an actual relationship with someone that they're having and sort of promising the person will be there forevermore kind of thing. But completely out of context, it sounds very stalker. I don't care how far you're gonna walk. If I move, 1,000 miles away from you, there's a reason. Please don't come to my door I don't care if you walked 1,000 miles. Or if you seriously think that we're going to be getting drunk together at the pub. That's not not something that I really think would be all that great. It's fun to sing just because it's a silly song, but yeah, the concept just weirds me out. Okay. Block, block. This should be a brick. See, I did that wrong again. Brick row. What have we got? Save Tonight by Eagle Eyed Cherry. I can only remember part of the chorus to that one. Save tonight, fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Yeah, possibly. Actually sounds kind of depressing in that respect, but I agree. That's a good one. Like a good song. And it definitely fits that sort of theme. Aha! There you go. Yep, Leaving on a Jet Plane works because it's got the "Oh babe, I hate to go" line. Okay, where did we go up? We went up right there. Okay, good. Did we go up here or did we go up higher? So we go up there. Oops, not there. Not that block. This block. Okay, so we've got this. That... It feels like this is too short.
Hello.
Something's not quite right. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Good to see you. We're just discussing. We're discussing today's Geek Out category at the moment, which was 4 songs about missing someone. And I'm not familiar with a whole lot of genres, so trying to think about a few that we might have songs like that. We've got a couple of them. Excuse me. Come on. There we go. One of your favorite songs is Butterfly Kisses. Ooh. Good point. I haven't heard that one in ages. Okay. So this level went up on the inside, but not on the outside. Right? Right. Okay, so if you didn't go up on the outside, then I'm not going to worry about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something is missing. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 6. In terms of missing something, not necessarily missing someone per se, as a parent, I grew up on the folk song Scarlet Ribbons, and basically it just talks a little bit about a lovely person with long hair and having scarlet ribbons laying on their bed. And that one always hits me in the feels, just because my mom used to sing that one to me. But also that it's sort of it fits, in my world at least, as an acknowledgement of growing up. That people grow up. 1, 2, whoa. Run. Come on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. That's 5. Okay, why are we... That's correct. Okay. I want it to be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And 6 would be the other block. Okay. I'm second guessing myself a lot on this one today.
Hello?
Huh. Interesting thing to come in with. Let's see. Okay, Sweet and Perfect. Welcome back, Benson. Yes. Did you get an answer to your questions that you were looking for? Or, I shouldn't say the answer you were looking for, but did you get an answer to your questions from the appointment? I'm expecting at some point when I end up at the dock 1, 2, 3. 5. When I go and eventually have a prescription check, I will probably end up with being told that I should really wear my glasses more because of eye strain, which is kind of funny because I wear them all the time. So, I don't know. The impression that Fantastic Sherlock Fox gave me the other day... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. It gave me the other day was that we hadn't seen our optometrist since COVID, so it sounded to me like in the intervening time he's gotten old. There's nothing wrong with that, but people change, and it sounds like life hit him pretty rough in the meantime. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one, so this has got to go up 1 here. Okay. If I can actually get up there. Alright. I keep realizing... hit the wrong button. Huh. Yeah, my keyboard suddenly decided not to be lit. That's fine. It does that. Okay, so we have free cam, and I can look at it this way. So the one I was standing in front of should be all plain brick, except with the cat. I'm playing with the fact that my keyboard isn't lighting up, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There we go. Okay, sorry. Distraction, but it makes it so I can't always see the letters when it's see-through. So this one should be all plain. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one will be that, right? Free cam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. 2. Oh, whoops. Gotta get it right, please. Looking at it from the inside is what's throwing me. 1. I've only got it doubled up there, not tripled up. Okay, we're at F4, and we're actually going to change this to F4-1. Then I can jump to that seat, that spot, right? There we go. Okay, brick wall section. Of the stairs. We got 1, 2, 3. Brick. Cap. What have we got here? Hello, B Silver B. How are you? Yeah, my pursuant to Tiz's comment saying free cam is a great tool. I hear some are very, very torn about its usage. And what I mean by that is that there are some that feel it is incredibly cheaty in a survival world. Great. No, right now, I'll show you real quick that I can just do this right through my wall, right? So that element is incredibly cheaty, and I totally agree because I can go up and down through the hills too, and I'm not going to at the moment. But easily enough, if I go to one of the settings, free cam, there we go. Collision options. And so if I always check for collision, ignore all collision. It's traveling all through all blocks in free cam. No. Ignoring openable blocks allows you to go through doors and trapdoors and gates, and that's probably what I want. Ignoring transparent blocks like glass, sure. Excuse me. But if I do this sort of thing, then what that will do is I can't walk through walls. Right? Then we can change how much speed you've got, and then the visual options, what it looks like. Initial perspective inside, no thank you. First person, go with first person. I think I like that one. Show player, yes. Show hand, no. Full brightness, I don't really care. Utility options, what do we have here? Disable on damage, yes. So if I actually get hit while I'm in free cam, it automatically kicks me out of free cam. Player movement while free cam is active. Warning, multiplayer usage not advised. Agreed. Let's say allowing interaction, whether you can interact with the blocks. I say no, because I think it's dumb. Interaction mode. Source of your interactions is from the camera point of view. That's from the player's point of view. Because they don't allow interaction, it really doesn't matter. And then notification options letting us know, yes, it's on. Yes, you're a tripod. So this one is what I was using right now, the tripod camera with regards to FreeCam. So if I do, right now I've got FreeCam's key set to F4. So if I do F4 and 1 at the same time, that's how I got to camera 1 tripod location. And just plain F4 lets us fly around from first person. And it lets you know when you're entering and exiting these various stages. But by having the collision set to ignore it, so no, we're not ignoring it. Then when I save and quit, then here's my F4. We're now first person kind of floating in front of ourselves. And then, so a lot of it is the same, but I cannot go through the walls or the hills or whatever. And there are versions of FreeCam where that's not even an option, as in they will not let you go in walls, or sorry, through walls and hills and so on. So my personal policy has been a combination of the two, meaning that I could leave this one turned on, or I could leave it turned off, like the collision part of it. But what I often do is leave it turned off, and then I, excuse me, and then I make it a policy not to go into the ground or hills or whatever, unless, here's my unless part. So I just gotta cough first for a sec. So apparently I break wind when I take a cough pause. And according to these stickers, different. Alright, yeah, so by doing that, if one keeps the collision turned on or is using one of the alternate versions of FreeCam where disabling the collision check is not a thing, then I don't find that FreeCam is cheaty at all. That's my point of view. A lot of people would disagree with me when I say that I don't view it as cheaty in the way that I choose to use it in my hybrid format by making a policy of not going through. And the unless that I paused for, the unless part that I paused for is to say that unless I have been through that space before. So what I mean is, if I wanted to go and show you my underground mob farm that I've built right up near the castle, I don't mind standing in the overworld, going right over top of where I know that the cavern is, and I know how many layers of dirt there is, and I know where the tunnel is, and all that jazz, like to get to it. Then I just go straight down, and there's my build, right through the earth. And I think that's reasonable, because then I can fly around the build. But I could see why other people might disagree with me and say that, no, even that's cheaty. Fair, you know? And I mean, there's other things people do that could be cheaty, like, I can't go through these walls right now, right? But if I went to go to another, let's say I went underground. I mean, there's this. Okay, so I'm looking at this stuff above world, but I could equally. This one's stopping it, which is nice. So if you're looking for collision, I might leave it turned on. But I could equally start looking underground. Right? So I could be doing this. And a lot of people find this incredibly cheaty. I could use it for a lot of different things. So I can see why some people would say, no way, no how. On the other hand, I'm not looking for, camera account, and it's kind of pointless on the resources in the way that I play the game to be using replay mod all the time just to be able to do fly arounds. And I just really messed up my camera mode. So let's go 1, and we're gonna go back over here and actually put this where I want it. Hey CG bot, I believe this is the Modrinth version.
Listen.
Let me take a quick look and see. So for cam, I think that's 1. Escape, options, oops, not options, mods. Okay. So all of that stuff we're looking at free cam. So this particular one. Oh. I apologize. Okay, what was here? I'll bounce the second one. Jay has asked that we put on an egg prediction, so I will get to that as soon as I finish the free cam question. So I'm looking on my other screen here. Let's see, free cam, which version? Hard to say. I think I had the Modrinth version at one point, but I'm not fully sure which one I've got currently. One of the versions, I think, had was involving the section that you could not turn off the collision, and yet it didn't have a lot of the other features. So some of the ones I've changed today about first-person view and so on, that wasn't in there the last time I looked at it. So a couple weeks ago, that feature wasn't in there. I now get why you were doing that, because I was being a bit of a tool. Oh, okay, so I can move these, but I can't actually interact with the blocks. Right? Right. Okay. So, I keep forgetting I do this thing for a reason. Plain brick. Okay, good. And I've gone up by 1. Alright, so this should be plain. Go stairs. You played the rubber chicken, didn't you? We have egg predictions coming out the wazoo. Okay, egg predictions, platforms. Where did I put predictions? Refresh. There we go. We're going to use the egg on face version. Alright, so you guys have... the way this prediction works is you get to use your points to predict, are we going to get an egg from tossing up to 5 eggs? So, or, pardon me, are we going to get a chicken to hatch from tossing up to 5 eggs? Or are we going to get ourselves nothing happening at all? And that's the egg on face. Set it all am I on? This should be plain. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't count. 5, 6, okay. So this one's fine, and then the next one goes up. Got it. Alrighty. So are you familiar with how to do predictions? Down in the channel points section, when you pop up your little clues thing, there will be a prediction piece you can click on, and then enter your prediction on there. And which we should see a rough estimate going on up above on the screen of where things are going, and you should be able to see, there's the little tiny purple bar at the top of that is showing the timer countdown, and then the pink bar on the right is one option, and the blue bar on the left is another. And I don't remember which one came first. The egg on the face part, or if it was the other one. Come on. Oops. This should go down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, and the one at the bottom makes 6. Okay. And then this one should be going up by 1. So we've got 1, 2, and this is brick. 3. Yeah. Okay. This should come up by 1. It's always going up and down that's really confusing to me, and so I'm really sending myself for a loop here. 2, 3, and then that. Oops, I didn't finish this one. Do, and then this line. There we go. Ah, perfect. So we are predicting an egg. Okay, back to the front, back to the front. 1, 2, 3, blank, and up. Coming up on this one should be plain. You go higher. Okay. Do I care? No, that's a replaceable brick. So we've got 1, this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. The cap is 6. That looks better. When I get it right, it feels right, but then when I'm getting it wrong, it feels really weird. Okay, first row, yes. Somehow, I managed to get the pattern matching again, which says to me I've messed up somewhere along the line. Or I really wanted to do the pattern I was looking for all along and had messed up somewhere towards the other end. Am I going up here? No. Okay, well that's good news. So somewhere I had messed up in the line just right, such that it came back to where it should be. Good, except I can see a spot where I've messed up again, but that's okay. We'll get there. So this is... There's an oopsie on the front, no worries. And not a whole lot of people tend to vote in that one, so I'm not bothered. Shazam! Alright. So, let's just fix this one block, and then I need to put out a box to get the eggs. Oh. I'm on the wrong side, of course, of my own wall. There we go. Alright, much better. And I need to eat too. Nom 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 nom. I'll admit, golden carrots are so nice. Fine, do it this way first. Eggs, box here. And we need up to 5, I said, right? Got sleep. Alright, so we are looking at, for now, what do we have? There's a... Ooh. So we've got 2 users saying we got chicken for sure, and 1 saying, out of luck, grab a towel, egg on face. So we've got 5 eggs. I'm going to do it this way. Let's throw it out here. 1. Oh! I guess we don't have... Wow! Okay. So for people's awareness, there's a 1 in 8 chance for every egg. And I believe it's about a 1 in 256 chance we're going to have that happen. So I suppose, egg... So for those that said, chicken for sure, you are the winners. All right. Awesome. You are the winners. So I guess I'm going to put the other 4 back because we didn't need them. But we have had situations where we literally do not get a chicken. It's not a guarantee. So it's one of those ones where it's a 1 in 8 or 1/8 of a chance, I guess. per egg. So it resets with every egg. Did I not? Huh. I'm checking all of these because I'm wondering if my inventory was full and I didn't pick up the junk shulker. One that had all our random junk in it. I betcha I didn't. Just gonna take a quick look and see. This way. Just looking on the ground. Did I forget? Nope, I didn't, and it despawned. Okay. Boo! Down a shulker. Oh well. Happens. Happens. Okay, so I'm aware that you like egg predictions. What I'm going to do is, we will have one. What I think I'm going to do is actually, oops, let's exit this one. Switch over and just see if I've got my timer screen. Where is the timer? Grad set name, instructions, streamer label. No, not the label. Not the quotes. Lego, come on. Part of alerts, I think. There it is, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set the timer on the screen. It's in a bad spot on this particular one, but we can always temporarily turn off the label if we need to. But when the timer expires... Come on. Where are we here? It's not showing. That's not good because we're going to need that. Yep, okay, I've got a timer going for myself, a 5-minute counter. And when the 5-minute counter expires, then we will see, we will set another redeem. I just don't like, or not redeem, prediction. I just don't like doing them back to back. So I do see that it's sitting there, Jay, and I do see that I owe you one. I'm just going to wait for my 5-minute timer to expire first before we get ourselves in that. So, yeah. My random shulker, it was empty, so I'm not too bothered, but kind of disappointed that I put it down. I know I can get more. We have a shulker farm. Those are stone, empty. More empty. So, let's move this one. Keeping all the somewhat empty stuff together. Move the toolbox. And that's... Yeah, okay, there we go. So I got markers. All these ones are empty for doing things with. That one should be... Oh, there. That's better. I know it's a weird way of sorting things, but we've got stuff and space, and I can pick this up before... There. Alright. Yeah, so I didn't lose anything important, but, yeah. Disappointment. Oh well. Let's get the bed, move it to somewhere more sensible. Hello, chicken. You're not trouble. You're inside the castle, you're trouble, but you're not trouble out here. Bouncy, bouncy? Okay. Bed. You can go there. Stop auto-filling. Alright, where were we? So F41. 2. Alright. So this one's correct, I think. Come on. And this one doesn't go any higher, so we're good. Right? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6, depending on where I'm counting from. But it's the same value. Okay, so this one goes up, right? Yes, so plain all the way down to the stairs. And then it goes up by 1. Okay. So this needs to get chopped out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. How do I do that? 1 is the stairs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. See, I can't count. Just, yeah. 5, Theresa! What? Alright. This one goes down. Just save us some materials. 1, 2, 3. So we got 1 being the stair. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the cap is 6. It's 2, then this one should be one of the brick ones. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the cap. One more plain one, and then I go up. Excuse me, it's confusing. Confusing. This is too tall. And that's not right anyways. We've got 1. The 1, the bottom 2.
2, 4,
3,
6, 8.
4,
Everybody
5,
hydrate.
6. Excellent. Hydrate. And my timer has gone off, so we're also going to get a prediction. So I'll take the hydrate, and the prediction is coming. Let's try this one. All right. There we go. Now this one's going up. Perfect. It's plain Jane, but it's going up higher. 4, 1. Ah, nope. Not that one. Back to game. This 2, but it should end higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm standing on 6. Okay. How did I? That's because I hit that. Okay. Wow. I accidentally threw myself an over-shoulder view, and that's where I got confused. Okay. So now I'm standing on the wrong ones again. Yeah. Figured I messed it up somewhere. So this is going to be... You know what? Let's just dig down and build from the top. Oh, am I even standing on the right one? Yes, I'm looking at the one I need to destroy. Altering the incorrect one is actually proven to be a bigger headache than building from the ground. How are we going? We are... Ah, that's why I'm all confused. Okay, because we're at the junction point. I'm on the wrong side of that. So once again, we are predicting chickens. Up to 5 eggs will be tossed. Excuse me. So we are, as I said, we are at the junction point. So what that means is we should be able to see out here. That's where I would like the wall to not go with the rest of it. I want it to actually go that away. So I'm debating, do I stop here? I'm gonna have an awkward corner. That's the problem. I don't like these corners. Right? That's why I redid a whole chunk of this wall to make it straighter. And all these ones tend to bend inwards. I can handle inwards, that's fine. But an outwards bend is something I'm not too comfortable with yet. But I think we're just gonna have to suck it up and go. And deal with the outward bend. Lore-wise, it's a pain, but yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, now that I know where that point is just tear this part up a little bit. I know I have a lot of tearing up to do that I won't be all doing on camera. Hopefully I'll get some time this weekend. That's often what I do on Fridays, is actually a lot of that type of off-camera stuff. Pardon me, sorry. That hydrate, I must have swallowed some air with it. But yeah, once I've got this gap, then I'll be able to figure out a little better where I want the wall to go. And I can take out the inner old wall, so that we only have the outer one. There we go, that's enough. That should be... I'll maybe take out one or two more layers. Here. Just so that I have a nice big hole to remind me that this is the old wall. It's not like Hadrian's Wall or that you see in England, or the Great Wall of China or anything like that. Although it feels like it's starting to be. I mean, I guess hindsight 2020, I suppose, even though I'm talking medieval town styles, I suppose I could have taken inspiration from the Asian Great Wall. That could have been a nice possibility. But then we would have had a very uniform looking wall, because those ones are a little more straight. Okay, so then this part I'm just going to... That's what I want to do. So this one here is straight simply because I wanted it to go over there. Okay, so we're done with the eggs. Done with the eggs. Done like dinner. So let's get a box. I didn't think we'd have one so quickly, that's why I put it away. And we're gonna get the eggs. Egg carton. And let's take 5 eggs. Okay, so we have 5 eggs. Ooh. Oh no. Long walk. Oh, I guess it's not gonna help. I had the chat turned off. Yeah, not gonna see that. Response. Done. Back to game. Nope, have a portal next to the bastion. Okay, that's not too bad then. Stoner Miner that you see there, by the way, is the person that we need to thank for the roof rail stations. His work is amazing. Excuse me. And, yeah. There are others who know how to punch through the roof, and there are others who will build the rail, but the actual station itself is usually Stoner Miner's, I was gonna say Stoner Miner's baby project, but he's the one that is good and fast at it. So he's usually the one that builds the main station. I don't know how many stops there is this season. Last season we had 27. Ooh. You came prepared this time. A good thing. Prepared. That would be a long way back. Well, I can't spell, but whatever. Escape. Tab. T. This way. Back. There we go. Okay, so I was going to be doing eggs. We've got, there's egg 1, nothing. 2, nothing. 3, nope. 4 and 5, nothing. So this time our resolution is no chicken. No chicken. So in this case, it was smart for Jay to swap their points, because that way they were able to get them back since no one bet against them, as opposed to purely losing them, which stinks. Hey, Big Hairy GM, hello. How are you doing? Glad you're here. We are today working on the bigger wall, so it doesn't look like much at the moment because we've managed to get it far enough around that we're at the junction point where the old wall that I had built, even though I didn't complete the full circle, full height. The old wall got done, and now we're at the junction point coming back the other direction where it meets the new line. And I'm just trying to figure out how to sort that junction point. Now, I am over time, for sure, but I'm intending to hit the top of the hour. So we're at about 12:30, and I'm hoping to go till 12:30 my time. I'm hoping to go till 1, unless Fantastic Sherlock Fox tells me otherwise. I have no problem going long, but I don't want to bore people half to death. Or longer than that, I should say. But a lot of it depends on what his meeting schedule is like, because being my better half, it's kind of nice that he's able to work from home right now, and so we try to have lunch together when we can, but his meeting schedule really dictates whether or not that actually works out. Okay, so what do we got? So if I sightline... Oh, whoops, where was I at? Hole in the wall. If I don't fix this, I will forget. Okay, so if you've got a 30-minute meeting at the top of the hour, then what I will probably do then, for my own sanity, is just keep on keeping on, because at the moment I think I can handle it for half an hour, and then we can discuss lunch options and stuff after that. So we're in the mountain time zone out here, and that would be snazzy time to have lunch at about 1. Works for me. So I'm not actually going to take down the whole wall, I'm just taking down the upper layers, because just simply fixing them was making everything drag snail slow, even by my standards, which is saying something. The snail slow part. So I'm just taking down the top section of this wall so that it's easier for me to realign without necessarily getting hung up on what's already there. And I have visitors, so I seriously hope... Okay, good, we're fine. If the inspectors decide they want to be a pain in the butt, then I will let them do that, and then just go have a good drink of milk. Because nobody asked for them permit checkers. We do not need them. But it is interesting. I find, for the most part, in Java particularly, you can ignore the pillagers coming through. They really don't do much. It's sort of a bit of a, like, shoot first. But if I was this close in Bedrock, they definitely would be shooting me. Yeah, it's just interesting to me that that's not a thing in Java as much. Okay, so I'm trying to decide, do I go straight through here, or do I go straight from there? Probably from here. I think that I'm citing some of these block markers. And I'm only a block or two off to go straight across, so I probably will do it from this point. In which case, I do not need... That again. That's the back edge. That's the front edge. Actually, that'll probably work. So this is the one I need to take out. Here. Let's throw that in. And this will be too wide, so I'm just going to take that part off. Alright. Then I can continue the angle, until I need to go straight there. We'll just deal with the bend. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't think people who built walls back then in the medieval period would have had much concern with that anyways.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
I am fully aware that I'm not actually hydrating when I'm drinking coffee, but the warmth is also helping with the stuffed up behavior, so we'll just go with it. Okay, what is this? This is a normal wall, so a stone wall as opposed to brick. So Big Hairy GM, I'm curious, what have you been up to since I talked to you yesterday? And same with anyone else who joined us yesterday. I haven't had that chance to ask that question. I know what Benson's been up to because she did tell us, but I didn't get the chance to ask Tiz or Harry GM or anyone else who's been hanging in the chat. And Chris, it's been a while since you and I caught up, so I'm curious how you've been doing. I'm assuming, pardon my audacity to assume, but I'm assuming, Chris, that this is one of the seasons where you're pretty busy. Now, I haven't seen much in the chat for a while, so if you're choosing to lurk, feel free to not answer. That's okay too. Not being here any further or not answering is perfectly, equally acceptable. Okay. I went up. I don't go up for a bit. Okay, this is level. I can handle that. Do-do-do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, excuse me, wrong side. Sleep. Once again, it feels like it should be night because I'm seeing, I know I'm looking down, but I'm seeing the moon. And the sun's very low on the horizon. But it's not half past till, oh, now. And we're getting a little tiny bit of rubber banding. So somebody's moving around. We're not visually seeing the rubber banding, but if one is reading the fine print on the clock on the left, here I'll just put that up against the grass so we can see better. If anyone is reading the fine print on that clock on the left with the fake in-game time, every once in a while you'll see it bounce. As it goes to the next second, then it'll bounce down and back up again. So we've got a little bit of a delay going on. Okay, perfect Geek Out. So the Geek Out has switched to being two construction-based toys. Two construction-based toy brands. Ah, yes. Construction-based toys. So Tonka would definitely count. And I'm thinking that we have the opportunity to interpret this two ways. So let's see if we can do two construction-based toys. Excuse me. In terms of like construction-themed sets. I think Tonka's one of them. But let's also try and interpret it as something you would construct with. Because I think that's reasonable at this point as well. Okay, this is the block one. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it both ways. See if we can do two of each. Lincoln Logs, exactly. So Lincoln Logs work well. Okay. And welcome back, Chris, by the way. So Lincoln Logs definitely would count, as well as we've got, there's Construx and Meccano are the two that come to mind for me. Okay, straight blocks. Oops, this one. 1, 2. Is it 2 or is it 3? This one is 3. Okay. I'm gonna move these stairs. They are so in the way. There we go. Lego, excellent. Hey Zeroed, how are you doing? Good afternoon to you.
Hello there.
All right, so we're having lots of free hydrates today.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
I think I must have been drinking more than an ounce apiece because my cup's almost empty, and I know it's like a 12-ounce drink. So, whereas the game figures have only done 4 ounces, so clearly I need to switch that up to 2 ounces. Let's see what my water bottle's doing. Aside from rubbing all the pictures off of it, I think I do about a 2-ounce drink. We'll see. So why don't we try setting that to 2? And I hope it doesn't reset. We'll find out. Set, hydrate, spell, hydrate 2, water. All right. So that should give me 4 ounces of water. Well, we'll pretend. We will pretend, not over 10. silly closed captions. Sorry. I'm laughing because I took a quick glance at the closed captions again, and apparently rather than calling them closed captions, they called them clothes captions, as in something you wear. I have to stop looking at that, it's making me laugh. Okay, it's not as bad as the Windows one. I was playing with Windows captions, live captioning last night just for kicks, and discovered that it's a terrible system. What I mean by that is that the live captioning system apparently is also sensitive to the sound on your machine. So when I turned the volume down on Dadcraft's stream last night, I oh, hush. Go away. Nobody asked you. Really? Hit each other, please. No. No, you have to take out the captain, please. Once you take out the captain, I'm happy. Jeez. Go right through the middle. That's the captain? Good. Dude, go. 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 Okay, a little... Oh, for Pete's sake. Are you kidding me? Go away. That's not funny. I didn't see that other guy had knocked down the side. And the donkey's happy with me. No, you can't have my carrots. Go away. Darn it. Oh well. So, I have fire resistance apparently, and regeneration. No idea what from. Absolutely no idea what from. We have ourselves another ominous banner. So the idea of what I was trying to do there, which obviously I did badly at, the idea of what I was trying to do is, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, which I'm sure most of you are, is that if you can line up the villagers properly, which I was doing a bad job of, you can get the pillagers to shoot their captain a lot faster than I did. And the advantage to that is that they kill him, not you, so there's no chance of you getting bad omen. So score on that front, but yeah. I guess I don't need to take that dirt out. Okay, so we're doing a straight shot across to the other side now. What pattern are we? 1. Okay, so we're at 2. And this has gone... Looks like it's going up by 1, but it's not till the next one. This... Actually, let's change this. Ah! My brain's ahead of my fingers. Okay. No, that looks dumb. Looks dumb. I could go this way and then up. Alright. So, in any case, we've got two rows. So, yeah, it's nice to get the captain out of the way, because he's just a pain. A right royal pain. Nobody needs him. Okay. And this one is up. Is that the... This one, okay. Now we're up here. 1, 2, 3, block, cap. There we go, that's better. Now we're back into a pattern I can handle. Where was I at? Okay. Oh. 2, 2, block. 2, 2, block. 2, 2. That's what I was wondering about. Block. funny. I'm even backwards doing things in Java, like on the ground. This is weird. I was commenting the other day about the fact that I'm absolutely dreadful when it comes to using the forward placing method in Bedrock. It's backwards by habit. 2, 2, block. And so it just happens to be that I'm just doing everything that way in Java as well, like everywhere. And I didn't realize I was doing that. Okay, so it's this one, this one. Oh, I know why now I do it that way. There's a reason. Yep, there's a reason. And that's just simply that if I do it otherwise, I feel motion sick. Don't know why, but the backwards part, I can deal with a lot of that motion. If I go forwards, looking around and doing stuff, I can get nauseous pretty quick. Yeah, no, we've all had this conversation before. Block, dirt. There we go. Block, block. This one. And plane. Go up, why not? Plane. Brick. One more level. Plane. Oops, plane. And brick. Okay. Now I need to go find myself a bed or I'm in trouble. Yeah, saved by the totem. I was thinking, oh, I'll have half a heart, not a big deal, and I didn't see the other pillager down the side. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Another H. Oh. I'll ask him later. I think... Again? Deja vu? He's looking for the netherite trim, as he calls it. I think he means the upgrades. Because in order to upgrade to netherite, you've got to have this trim thing now, which... Yeah, opinions on that are mixed. Okay. Straight, straight, straight. So look at my big map. And then it starts bending. Oh lordy. I hate these bends. If I put in 1 or 2 jogs here and there, then I can go reverse this angle, just go the other way down in this section. Although part of this might actually be just a nice standard 45, like this one. But yeah. So let's see if we can get partway through that in the next 12 minutes or so. No, oh, gotcha. He went in without his armor, trying to get to the treasure room, and if he had the shard put in his ender chest, then swim in lava. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, I need to put stairs in, or it's going to confuse me. I'm going to start counting it differently if I don't have the stairs in. So the additional layer of... Oops. Additional layer of this one, so we're going up to about 5 or 6 now. And then there's going to be 4 more blocks above that. But the 4 more blocks is exactly the same all the way along. So there's no... I mean, I might texture it, but in terms of generic pattern, there's no difference. Because that's just the upper edge of the wall. So that will be a little easier to work with. And that's as far as I went. Okay. Because I needed to go back to the 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and back 1. Actually, walls are rising, right? So let's go back this way. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that'll take us right through the middle of this one. Okay, I think I can handle this. Maybe. I prefer when the walls are flat, but yeah. I was gonna say, I thought those guys were on the outside of the wall, but they're actually on the inside. Or on the outside when they feel like being on the outside. Apparently. Okay, so 10-minute warning for those of you that like time. Who like time, who like warnings about time. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go with just that one. Okay. It's funny, it feels like we've got progress. It doesn't look like it, but it feels like it to me. So I'm happy with that. This one you've got to go there. Why did that... Oh, it's stairs. Aha. It's like, why did that stairs thing... Yeah. I'm not paying attention well enough today, so... Trying to figure out why all these stairs looked weird, and it's just because... I can't seem to get my brain sorted on which blocks were where. Okay, are these not till the 3s yet, right? Okay. So these two are straight. This one, this one. Is this a 3? Yeah, okay, so now we've got the jut forward by 1. And the argument with the thickness of the wall is if one hit the wall quite right in through here, that's why it's 3, because otherwise it'd be 1 block thick. So, why I shifted that one. And it looks like I didn't need to. That's okay. Yeah, okay. What did I do with this? This would be 1, 2, you hit it right. Guess I really only needed to be 2 blocks wide. Never realized that before. Oh well. Some it's 3. It is what it is. Okay, we'll go with that, and let's see. 1. And then this block, what are you? I don't like that 1 wide wall, so we've got to move these ones out here. This is just dumb. Where is my shovel? Shovel. Oh. Uh-huh. A little overzealous there. This is part of the reason why I upgraded my armor in advance of 120 to netherite, because that's the part I like updated. Whereas, well, near a cliff. Whereas with the regular tools and such, I overmine or I over dig. So having a netherite shovel is great for durability, useless for just about everything else. Okay, so I think I'm going to get this far, and then we'll see where we go from there, because I have to work on figuring out the angles. So that'll be before the next round of being on this world. 5 more minutes. Hello, are you in or out? Okay, let's go. No. Now I'll try to middle pick, thank you. There we go. This one. Oops. Oops. This way. There we go. I'll do those first. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. I can come out quite a ways. No. Stop. I'm not constantly checking on height. I think I found the tight edge. Okay, so this is one where I'm going down here. So this should change there. 1, 2. Let's put this down there. Yeah, actually that can be fine on the inside. Alright. So then... this? Yeah, we're good. 1, 2, 3. 1. I can't count today. Saved by the totem, for sure. Okay. We talked about construction-based toys. We had Lincoln Logs, and we had Tonka toys, and then we had Construx, and Meccano, and Lego, and what else we got? Anything in the Bob the Builder toy line, I guess. That's probably another one. Bob the Builder. You know, can we build it? I think I've got one of those, actually. Like a sound clip for that one. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Fresh Geek Out. Yeah, Construx. Oh, K'NEX. That's another one we don't have. K'NEX, which is one of those similar to straws based one. There is one that's actually outright straw based, and I can't remember what that one's called though. The new one might be a gimme. It could be. How about your top 6 favorite cell phone app games? Now they don't have to be cell phone exclusive. I will give a pass on that. So how about we go with 5, because we know that Minecraft plays on cell phones. So we need 5 beyond that. Okay. I'm kind of curious to know what people like. Fox, what are some of your favorites? It says cell phone app games, so if they play only on a tablet, it wouldn't count. But if they play on phone and tablet or something, that's fine. Candy Crush, Minecraft, chess, and Block Breaker. Not all faves, but I'd say... which one? Yeah, you've played all 4 of those, for sure. I remember the days when they used to only give... so they'd have something like Candy Crush. What is it called? Ball something or other. I can't remember, but it was a ball version of what became, in essence, the Candy Crush thing. There are apps for Wordle now, which I find kind of interesting. Did I actually run out of those? Huh. I ran out of something. What the heck? Oh, right. And I'm going to need more, M-O-A-R, more bricks. Okay, let's see what we've got. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Don't really have a lot of games on your phone. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's all kinds of ways you could define what. Oh. Haha, and I blew it. This is not right. I don't have a whole lot of games. Oh, no, that's not true. I have a lot of games on my phone. But there's apps for things like Wordle and stuff, and then there's also periods where things have been gamified that don't need to be. And, hey, don't push. And my example with that one is that people have gamified sometimes you'd have, like, Pikmin, for example, is Niantic's version of gamifying walking. Why? I don't know. I mean, some people just need to gamify stuff. To some extent, one could call Step and Food Trackers games in their own way, because there's an addiction factor to it that all have, such as people want to keep their streak, you know? It's kind of like people playing their streak of Wordle, and you've got so many days you've played in a row. And it's the same thing with closing your rings on walking or getting that goal of walking. And yeah, so this is all wrong. Darn. I thought I was being proactive, and instead I caused myself work. I know that I'm actually breaking out the third row of this design, and I probably don't need to. I only need to adjust 2 of them, but then it's a rippling effect, and if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. So, yeah. Okay, so we're dropping down after this point here. So let's close up these. Now watch with my kind of luck that I thought I got the pattern wrong, and then I come out here and find out I made a mistake instead. And then... Nope, that looks right, okay. I didn't think it was going to step down on a brick row, but I guess it does. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, this, and then the cap. All right. Caps. I mean, there's classic ones, like what used to come with people's phones all the time was like Snake. Which is very much like those fishdom ones, or a lot of the fish type things now, where people put the games where your creature has to eat the smaller ones, or the ones, yeah, smaller than them, but it powers them up so they can handle the bigger ones. Okay, this is a brick. 1, 2, 3, blank, and then cap. Can I reach? Not really. Sort of, maybe? 1, 2, and then cap, or this cap. How far did I get? Yeah, I must have got it. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Do-do-do. And then we're coming down by 1 on this one. So 1. Oh. Well. I assume the lava at least was intentional to poor Stoner Miner. Okay, so we need to come down by 1. Jeepers. I'm not sure I want to know what his plans were. He confuses me. This is flat for a bit. Okay, we're good. Well, that's what you get for living in the boonies, Stoner Miner. Pardon me. I like a lot of these, or I have a tendency to hermit, just not often leaving base, and wanting to learn to be self-sufficient. But in a lot of these games, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not self-sufficient, hence the reason for the solo world that I've got going, to force me to be. But, it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to be 40,000 blocks out in the middle of nowhere. He can keep that. There are some that like it that way, though, right? As a streamer, actually being out in the boonies is a good thing, because then you don't need to worry about... Oh, I made a boo, haha. This one is supposed to be... bricks. Right? Yeah. One. Oh, not that way. 2, 3. Okay. First row solid, second row. But as a streamer, it works out well, because then it's a lot less likely you're going to have people just wandering by. I mean, I like visitors and all, but it makes it easier in that respect that if I didn't want something shown off, people don't, they're flying to spawn and accidentally see such and such. So I have a suspicion that might be why I'm here, and spawn is way over here. And if I zoom out further, that's me. This is Stormy's base. And here's Iron Man, who's not a streamer, and there's Fantastic Shock Fox way up there. But Stormy as a streamer is out this far, and it means then that you're not, as I said, they're not going to get people wandering, not even myself, over there. Now I think as the crow flies, the Mushroom Island is closer, but as far as actual neighbors go, I'm fairly certain I'm probably the closest one. Though, I mean, if you're talking as the crow flies, it's tight between me and Iron Man. Who's closer? But some people like to be closer together, right? Like you'll get a few, we've got a few sticking together in close areas. Sorry, if you catch a sudden pause, I feel like there's a sneeze coming on and I really don't want to have to deal with that. Alright. So 1, this being 2. Did I just... Oh, sheep. Okay. Am I carrying the bed? Nope, I'm not. Okay, so I'm overtime here. Let's just sleep away the night and then we'll call it a... Sleep away the night and then we'll call it a day? Does that make any sense? Sleep away the night and then we'll call it a stream. So if... I know Fantastic... Oh no, Fantastic Shock Fox actually said that they've got... Sorry, yes, I was going to go long because they got a meeting. That's what it was. So, I'm wrong. We have about 25 minutes. But I mean, there's no pressure for anybody to stay if you were planning on doing other things or exiting elsewhere, Welcome to do so. So what else have we got? Let's swap the cell phone games. It's pretty easy as a topic. What else have we got? Ah! For those of you, I'm gonna go... I say family-friendly answers only, please. However, as the streamer, I reserve the right to change that. Now, I'm not going to be all cussy or anything like that, but they're one of my silly favorite first characters that comes to mind is a character who's literally a backside and legs. And for those of you that have seen some of the, call it like late at night, they call it the Adult Swim period on the Cartoon Network and stuff. That's the one that comes to mind to begin with. It's something I'm not going to say McGee. But other than that, I mean, we've got plenty of Disney characters that don't wear pants. So I'm sure that... Or trousers, sorry. So I'm sure that we can probably figure that out. Let's see. So Stoner Miner only needs to find and raid a deep, dark, and ocean monument. Ooh. Yeah, Donald Duck has no pants, you're right. Neither does Winnie the Pooh, or our fine friend Pooh Bear. No pants for him. And actually, depending on the version of Pooh Bear that you're interested in, a lot of them don't wear a shirt either. The good, let's say, the good ones don't wear a shirt. that makes any sense. Okay, 3, 4, 5. And I guess I had better get myself through here or I'm gonna lose all my bed and stuff on the wrong side of the wall. So I was going to say, and characters like Daisy Duck too, but then of course, that's just because they wear a skirt, so that doesn't count. I mean, it would be kind of odd to count people wearing skirts as not wearing pants. But I suppose technically it's true. 3, 4, 5, okay. So he's looking for an ancient city for his trims. And I'm just gonna pick up all this stuff so we can get moving. This, yeah, okay. Really? Sure. Let's hold one of those in our offhand for a minute or two. Okay, where are we getting here? Starting to get into the nitty-gritty part, and because I have the extra few minutes, I'm actually trying to figure out which direction to go next. It's one thing to lay out the blocks, or loose markers like this, but it's a whole other thing to actually hit those targets. So it looks like... I should probably put in one or two jogs, and then from this mark I can probably start going about 45. This is a 45, and then it'll just pull it in a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I've got the jogs coming, and then I can get further in here. Oops. Excuse me. Okay, where are we here? 1. This one's got to go up. And this will be blocks. 1, 2, 3. Cap. There we go. Ow. If only there was a dark, scary tree to mark them above ground like the azalea marks the lush caves. Weirdly, I've never actually thought about that, and I've probably missed a few lush caves in my time, just by simply never seeing the azaleas pop up. Okay, so we've got Donald Duck and Winnie the Pooh, and we were aiming for 4. So, I mean, clearly there's other 100 Acre Wood characters. I mean, that if you don't wear anything, then obviously you're not wearing pants. Or trousers. So that would imply then that we've got plenty such as... Oops. Go. Did I go up another one here? I do. Okay. That looks odd. So I think I'm going to put a piece of dirt or something in front of it. Ah! Not there. This one. Here we go. Okay, we've got up another one, but it's plain. Love it. So we've got, I clear the 100 Acre Wood characters are easy when you've got, like, Owl and Tigger and so on. Even Kanga's kind of a funny one, and so is Rabbit, because they'll wear all kinds of things. Rabbit will frequently dress up, like particularly when you have their winter wear, and Piglet and stuff. They'll put on coats and so on, but they won't actually wear trousers. I find it kind of interesting that basically, if it boils down to animals, then they don't wear trousers or pants. So I keep going back and forth interchangeably because I find it mildly funny when you think of pants in a UK sense being what we would call underwear. And the idea that, or underpants, I guess. And so if I say pants that way, it just makes me want to laugh. So if you're not wearing pants, it's telling me far more about the character than I really need to know. That one should have gone up higher. Yeah, ones that don't have clothes entirely would be like Garfield. For sure, Garfield and Odie. A lot of those animal characters. You don't often find humans that don't wear pants, although at times you could include the rather appropriately named Captain Underpants, because he doesn't wear pants. But it doesn't quite work. And I guess if you're going to include, like, this one says TV cartoon characters, so Captain Underpants is a bit of a stretch, because I think they've had a movie about that, but not actually a, what's the word? Not actually a TV show about it, as far as I know. I could be wrong. Excuse me. Okay, is that one long row or two? That was one, so this next one. This, and we're going up again. Up to go down, right? And I want to go deep on this one, so this is wrong. So we're jogging back a little bit. Oh yes, this is why I went 3 deep, because technically on this corner, it's not being protected. That's why I went 3 deep. Okay. It wasn't incorrect, I just didn't do it right. Fine. So this one should be 3 deep. There we go. That looks about right. So that's what the whole 3D part was for. So this way now, if on this direction, it's protected. There's a second block there. And because of the rain, I guess I need to figure out where our bed's going to be. Let's move it out this direction and then head towards it. Alright. So, I think we're down to a proper 10-minute warning. That's probably more accurate. And you can also see that we've left the other wall behind. It sounds like Jumanji when I say it that way. So right now Java is a world for those who seek to find a way to leave the wall behind. Okay. 3 deep or is it 2 deep here? So 2 goes that way. 2 goes this way. 2 goes that way. Yeah, we're fine. 2 deep works here. Oops, not that one. Okay. Here. This, that. I did have to go up. There we go. And stairs. More stairs, just because, I guess. I'm kind of distracted by this conversation in the corner because I'm enjoying finding out what on earth these people are up to. And they're all talking about trims and whatnot. Snoopy wears a scarf, so that feels like it should count. It does, and he also wears, when he's doing his World War I flying ace, he also wears a jacket and a scarf. Ooh, those chipmunk guys. Oh yeah, you're right. The chipmunks wear no pants. Alvin! Yeah, or sure. Alvin and Theodore and, what's the third guy? Everybody knows Alvin, but I'm trying to remember what the other guy's name is. And the girls don't wear any pants either, so I know they've had a Chipmunk movie that sort of was a reboot with all the girls. Almost a spit take on that one. And free hydrate because I just took them without asking.
4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Everybody hydrate. Let's see, how much did I drink this time? Yeah, sort of. I think I've got 2 ounces on that. Okay. 6 ounces of water. That sounds closer. I mean, we're short by 6, so let's see. Just trying to see, do I have a command for resetting the hydrate? Hydrate settings? Zero. Ounces of that, right to this. Equal ounces, blah blah blah. Set global drink to drink. No. Okay, so it just changes the sip size and stuff. That's not right. Okay. Well, we'll just have to go with it. I have to figure out how to add extra code to be able to set the amount of pre-drank ounces. So I have to figure that one out. There is definitely a way to do it. I just haven't got it set up in StreamerBot, and I'm not going to fuss with it on camera. Not this close to the hour, or to the end. Okay, so we've got... This one's got to be 3 deep here. I'm jogging in again. Yeah, I think that should work. So, stairs. I jogged in by 1, so this can be 2. Camera 1 is way out of sync because I haven't used it in a bit. Where am I? So where am I? There we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted. Stay there. So I'm on a plane wall. I've gone up again, have I? Yes. I have to go up another one. Come on. Jump. 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 I mean, the fact that I can make it up there says that the wall's not very safe, but it'll be taller with an overhang, so that's fine. 2, 3, and cap. Thank you very much for attempting to get my attention with that Angry Wolf. I appreciate it. Thankfully, good news being I don't see any creepers around, but in all honesty, we're near the ridge. Sorry, we're near the ridge where recently we filled this in, or covered it off actually, because technically that's all a cave down there. Quite a large one too, actually. But my free cam currently is not set to go through the ground, so not going to show you that one. But yeah, we capped that all off, and I would not have been surprised if there was a creeper hanging around in that ditch that I didn't see. So the creeper explosions, when they go off, they do have a random factor, so we don't always get a big boom like that. Sometimes, aha. Okay, I will just shrink the chat for you. Live. Where's the vertical chat? Fine. Unlock that and make it a little bit smaller. Oh, no, not that. Undo. Sorry, guys. I want this. Ah! Come on, let me have the correct one. This way. That's what I'm looking for. Now people can see that, and where's the minigames? Minigames. We'll move Hangman up a little bit. So I think it will fit there, which gets us a bit more of our chat back. Not by much, but it helps a little. Nope, actually I can't do that because the lives will end up underneath. We can't win today. There's just too much junk on the screen, and I'm sure people will not be too impressed. Okay, so in order to guess a letter for Hangman, you're going to type exclamation point guess letter. I know it sounds funny, but it's the two words just smooshed together, and then you guess whatever letter you want. And then if you want to guess the word that you think it is, then you're going to be using exclamation point guess word. All right. So we have 20 lives to try and get this one figured out. It is not my selection of words at the moment. Priorities and all that. So, oops. So that means that I don't have a clue what this word might be. It's not all Minecraft themed. And as we discovered yesterday, or was it the day before, some of the words are really kind of sus. As in, like, I think we had halter was the last one we had. And that was just a oddball one. Okay, this way. It's gonna be... I think I went up again, didn't I? No. And this is just gonna be dumb to be in the way. So no lives lost because Fantastic Sherlock Fox guessed a correct letter. What have we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're not going up yet. Or down. Only down on the one side. Alright, so from there. Now T-E-E. I'm gonna take a go. Let's see. Guess letter. I like the. Oops, this one. Oh, and there's no H in there. There's only one T, so it's not right back to back with the other two E's. So it's not like a settee where you sit down. Try one more with you guys. Let's see, let's try... Okay, so it's a something tree. I think it's all one word, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, then there's a possibility that this thing could just be dumb and decide that it wanted to put two, what's the word? Two words into one. There's actually only one R in it, though, so it can't be the one I was thinking of. A-E... We're still short I, O, and U. Yep. We're down to 16 lives. We've got 1, 2, this will be the brick one. 1, 2, 3. Reach that. One, 2, 3, cap. Cap. This one. Oh, excuse me. F, okay. Now I'm really kind of curious what tree it's going to be. Oops. If I'm down on the ground, that's not going to help me. This, that. Then we go down. All right. He's just walking through all the... So it A, E, L, and O. Oh, no, A, E, O. Yeah, okay. One, two. Right. 1, 2, 3. This is slower than molasses going uphill in January. Or February, actually. In Alberta, February is often the colder month than January is. Or is it, once and only once I heard someone say along the lines of, like, colder than treacle trying to go anti-grav, which made no sense to me at the time. I think it's just another one of those situations where you get somebody who thinks they want to try and coin a term, and while the term works, or the phrase works, it's just not funny. Okay, so we went down by 1, which means this comes down by 1. And we're in by 1 as well, I think. Nope, not on this one. 1, so this one's straight. This is where it jogs. So we need 3 because of the jog. And I think this is our brick one, isn't it? This, I can think today. Okay, there we go. Oops, caps. Now we need to jog in again, so this is another 3. Because this will be incorrect. Let's pull that out. We're headed over towards that one. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 2, yeah. Gotta readjust this camera. 2, okay, so we're on to a brick 1. That. So, we're making slow but steady progress down this direction. I still hate that corner. I'll play with it off camera, but I don't like it. I'll have to see what I was doing up there, other than the up and down biz. I may pull some of this angle to go in here. It'll be more like that. But definitely something to do off camera, I think. Actually, I'll check it. Yeah, I'm past the 1:30 mark. And I'm starting to get hungry. One more set spawn here. Okay, let's turn up that way. So we're making some progress. We've got, you can see the split of the 2 different walls. We've got some things going. Now, we can probably figure out whoever wants to guess the word. Because we can probably figure out what that word is. And while you're doing that, I will quickly see if I can find someone interesting to raid. Because it is that time, and as I said, I'm starting to get a little hungry. So, I need to take a break. And this is Thursday, so this will be my last stream for this week of Minecraft. As I said earlier, tomorrow, aiming for noon, may somewhere be closer between noon to 12:30-ish Eastern time. So I'll just throw this one up on the... Oop, I guess I have to look up the sky for that. Give me a sec. There we go. It'll come up in my head, probably. If it works. Yeah, it's right on my face. The next stream tomorrow will be back again. It says I'm scheduled for Tuesday. That's not correct. So I guess that didn't help. But tomorrow I will be doing Lego. Lego. Yeah. So we'll be building 12 Grimald Place. Real quick boo at what that looks like. And yes, I know I said I wouldn't do other scenes, but, you know. Me and... oh, I don't have a picture of it. Okay, never mind. I was going to show you the box, but it's just too huge to fit under the camera right now. In any case, it is 1,083 parts, so we shall be here for a little bit. And in the meantime, between now and then, I'm going to wish you all a fantastic day, and we will head ourselves over to... Let's see, should we? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. What is this person doing? Okay. It looks like we're actually going to raid someone we have not raided before. Excuse me. Oh, they've been on for 2.5 hours. Nope, we're going to back it up. We're going to go for high energy, completely flip the page, and we're going to hit up our fine friend Bruno, who's doing half-hearted 120 bingo. So if you can up the stakes in any way, he's going to find a way to do it. So we're going to head over to Bruno Dan Oy, and that's not how to pronounce it, but the last two, you know. So we're going to head over to Bruno. Always a fun time with him. And if I can find the button, there we go. Let's get that started.
Mischief managed.
Alrighty then. So, special thank you to, to Benson for resubscribing. I really do appreciate that. And thank you very much to Mr. Folder and Angry Wolf for the new follows. Thank you also to Angry Wolf, Chris, and Jay for spending your clues today to get my attention for things. Also, thank you to Fantastic Sherlock Fox and Benson for being our moderators on site. And thank you to Tiz for Truth, B Silver B, Jay, Tim Dog, Chris, Amadamas, CJ Bot, Big Harry GM, Zeroed, Mr. Folder, and Angry Wolf for all the great conversation in chat today. If you did not have your name read out, it is because you may have been hanging out and lurking, and I appreciate that very, very much. You can see that we've got the whatchamacallums there, and the raid stuff. And if you decide you are interested in a Discord, we do have one of those as well, but I'm not going to ruin your screen at the moment. There is all that stuff available, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.